everybody, and welcome to the final part of Mutti Plays Pokemon Sapphire version. Today, we are going to fight against the Elite Four and then defeat the champion, taking his title for ourselves. Not today, I already said today. We start fighting the Dark-type specialist, Sydney. Now, let's see. What's he gonna throw out first? Mightyena. Evolved form of Poochyena. I'm fairly certain I went over that a while ago. Do be careful of Intimidate. I believe most of Dark types' weaknesses do draw from the physical stat, so yeah, just don't depend on one guy too long, or have something to work around the Intimidate if you really need it. Now, when I first went through these guys to get to the post-credit stuff, I was at level 50. I did okay, but I was struggling a bit on Steven. Though it may have been because I used rare candies to get them from 48, 49 to level 50, where having them actually fight Pokemon would have gotten them to boost their stats as they leveled up, so I wouldn't have had as much trouble. But, I would recommend level 50 before you start fighting the Elite Four, 'cause, like, it's a good median level, I think, for, going through all these guys. I think Steven's highest leveled Pokemon is 56, 58 maybe. So if you think your team is good enough to overcome a major level difference, go right ahead and try it. I'm just a crazy fluffernutter that likes to have my Pokemon at level 50 before I start fighting the Elite Four. Possibly even level 55, depending on the levels. And, well, and Sydney is done. I do find the Dark type quite useful. Funnily enough, the Pokemon that are Dark types that I like a lot, I tend to think of more for their other type than their Dark type. But here is Phoebe, Elite Four member number 2. She specializes in Ghost Pokemon. She starts off with a Dusclops, the evolved form of Duskull. Pure Ghost, types don't change, so weaknesses do not change one bit. Oh my gosh! I totally forgot. Oh my gosh, that is just marvelous when that happens. You attack a ghost for more than half its HP, and then it uses Curse and kills itself. Now, as for the Ghost type, Ghost type can also be useful, though I don't think I use a Ghost type as much in my teams. Not to my memory, at least. Though, it would it blur? I really like Chandelure. That entire family. I can't. I have this strange morbid fascination with that family. Like, as a Litwick, it's a cute and adorable little thing. And then I read its Pokédex entry after I caught it. And it basically says that the flame it has uses souls as fuel. And I was just driven completely nuts by that. And, I would mention what I named what I named, my Litwick, but, then I would shut up and, well, not shut up, I would be whisked away, and then, there would be no more commentary on this video. But, I'd kinda like to commentate at least through the battle with Steven. So, I'm going to refrain from saying it for now. And, oh man, the first time I, fought her here, I'd frozen the Sableye and it stayed frozen, but stupid thing did not want to stay frozen once I turned the camera on. I hate you, Sableye. I hate you. Go in the corner. And her last Pokemon. Yes! Something about Phoebe herself. Her, pre-battle, taunting, whatever you'd want to call it. It gives me the image that she is a very sinister personality. At least that's how I hear her laugh. But taking the time to really look at art of her with that very tropical outfit, I'm pondering if she's just a very energetic person instead of sinister. And here is a Glalie, the evolved form of Snorunt. I don't remember the level, but I want to say it evolves by level 40. If not somewhere around then. It keeps the typings, so the weaknesses do not change. And, interesting fact, in Generation 4, Snorunt was given a new evolution. If you use a Dawnstone on Snorunt, if it is a female, it will evolve into a Frostlass, which is a ghost ice type. And, I think Frostlass is really, really pretty and, really, I like her. Now, on to ice types. Now, as I mentioned back around Sydney, one of the dark-type Pokemon that I view it as more for its other type is a Sneasel slash Weavile. It is Dark Eyes. Sneasel was introduced in Gen 2, but it didn't get to evolve until Gen 4. And, one thing that really made me like the Pokemon was that back in the Johto region, I was still watching the TV show. Not as much as I did before, like I was starting to lose interest, kinda, I think. I definitely lost interest in Hoenn, especially around the time they changed voice actors, because I was a stupid kid that didn't like change. But, in the show, they had a Sneasel appear and attack everybody, and, I can't say if, well, it probably was the English dubbing team that did it, because I'm fairly certain that Sneasel is not its Japanese name. But, anyways, its voice they used had this cool effect on it. How do I want to describe it? But, it basically didn't sound like something that could be naturally produced by someone just talking. It had to be something that they added the effect to, and I really liked that effect for Sneasel's voice. And the next time I heard a Sneasel, it did not have that effect, and I was pissed right the fuck off. And I think in Lucario and the Mystery of Mew was when they had, I think they had Weavile there, and I was hoping that they would put the effect on the Weavile's voices, but nope! Talking like regular and rawr. But because of that effect on the voice, I grew to like the Pokemon, and I tend to like males better because I think the long ear looks better on a Sneasel. But oddly enough, I think Weavile look better as a female because then those ears are shorter, and shorter ears just look better on Weavile, I think. I'm a weirdo like that. And now, we are on the final Elite Four member, Drake. Specializes in dragon types. And he shall start off with a Shelgon, pure dragon, evolved form of Bagon. No differences in type, so no differences in weaknesses. Now, the other Dark-type Pokemon that I tend to consider more for its other type is Hydreigon. And, man, it can be difficult to raise it from a, Dino all the way to a Hydreigon. But because its ability is pretty much stuck on Hustle, which I don't know if it was introduced in this generation, but it was definitely introduced in Gen 4, if not Gen 3. Basically, it boosts attack at the cost of accuracy. And I hate it when accuracy gets dropped for whatever reason. So, I think I've kind of found a way around that. And it's... oh, Flygon, the evolved form of Vibrava. It is a dragon ground, so it is double weak to ice attacks, still weak to dragon attacks, and I'm fairly certain that the dragon typing cancels out any of the ground weaknesses. And if I didn't mention it before, Vibrava evolves from Trapinch. Vibrava also has a dragon type, but Trapinch does not. So if you want to grab a dragon that isn't Swablu or Bagon, well, isn't Altaria or Bagon, then Trapinch would be a good third choice. But anyways, back to the little rant. I think I found a way around it, and it's to focus it, to have it use moves that draw from the special attack stat instead of moves that draw from the physical attack stat. From what I can tell, in terms of performance, special moves tend to have more accuracy than physical moves on a Pokemon that has hustle. And, his final dragon is a Salamence. It is the evolved form of Shelgon. It gains the flying type, and interesting fact, the moment it evolves, I believe it is right at the level that it evolves into Salamence Drakes. Right when it evolves, it learns Fly, which is something pretty neat because its Bagon entry mentions that it's always dreamt of flying. So that's a bit of a heartwarming thing that every Bagon that evolves all the way gets to realize its dream. But since it gains the flying type, it also gains a weakness to ice and rock attacks. It is especially weak to ice attacks. As you can see, I'm trying to focus with Choo-Choo. And oh my gosh, 1 PP left on Blizzard. I do not want to... Yay! The move hit! Salamence is going down! And with that, Choo-Choo gets a level, and Drake gets a defeat. Now that we are done with Drake, all that is left is the champion, Steven. Now, he kinda specializes in steel and rock types, so when you're planning your team for the Elite Four, do be sure to plan for that sort of thing as well. I would definitely recommend a fire type, especially for his Metagross. And he starts off with a Skarmory. And to make up for my battle with Winona, I believe, I throw out Sapphire and show that Skarmory is definitely still weak to electric attacks. I know I mentioned it, but when I was recording for Winona, I kind of forgot about that, so I went for Bruce Lee. And he sends out Aggron, which is a steel rock type evolved form of Lairon. Types stay the same, so they have the same weaknesses. Now, it is double weak to fighting attacks, but I would recommend using a water type on it first, because if you use a fighting type on the Aggron, he's going to draw out his Metagross early, and his Metagross is a bit of a toughie, and you may want to save that one for last if you can. But Claydol, evolved form of Baltoy, ground psychic, types stay the same, so weaknesses stay the same as well. Here is a Cradily. It is Grass Rock, the evolved form of Lileep, weak to ice, fighting, definitely not fire. I think that might be it. Do correct me if I got that wrong. I don't tend to fight it much, so I don't tend to think about it as much. And here is a Metagross. Psychic Steel, the final form of Beldum. Type weaknesses should stay the same. Basically try to focus on its steel weaknesses, fire and ground, if you can. Now, this one's a bit of a toughie, so, I, had Nue use Perish Song to at least force him to switch out Metagross, if not, outright, taking care of Metagross in case the AI derped on the turn that its Perish count was going to fall to 0. Which he did not. So, yep. Computers too smart for me. But I was counting on that smartness. Do excuse me, I need to take a drink. And here's an Armaldo, a bug rock type. It is the final form of Anorith, same typings, and it is the other fossil Pokemon. Oh crap, I forgot to pick up my fossil. I believe I chose the Claw fossil, and that turns into Anorith, which will turn into Armaldo. And, it's weak to water. I'm fairly certain the bug cancels out the fighting, and yay for critical hit, making me avoid having to use a cheap Perish Song. Kill. And with that, the champion is defeated. He gives your congratulations, and then a couple of people namely Brendan and Birch, shall burst in to try to, well, Brendan wanted to give you tips, but he was kind of late. And Professor Birch will check your Pokédex progression. And after that is done, Steven is going to take you into the Hall of Fame, where you will put your Pokemon in a machine that simultaneously heals them and records their information so that you can check your records as to what Pokemon you use to defeat the Elite Four. Now, I think if you beat the Elite Four more than 20 times, it starts not being able to keep track of all your Hall of Fames. So, yeah, it, at least in this version, I think the number is 21. Now, before I sign off and let you guys listen to the wonderful credits music, I would just like to note that the Pokemon that flash during the credits, between these biking segments, are Pokemon that you have captured throughout your adventure. If you've caught it, it will flash during the credits scene. And if you didn't catch enough, it will start repeating Pokemon. Now, I will let you guys listen to the rest of the credits. This is TK Mutti saying thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time I start an LP. See you guys then!